Alright, so I'll make this quick and we'll just jump right into the evaluation to start off. So I'd like to welcome up Sean.
I evaluated Anthony's speech, so Toastmasters and Polish no guests, so all of you and especially Anthony, great job. Kudos to you. I'm certainly one of those people that hates math. I've never been good at it, and I'm convinced that I'm not good at it because I was born to the wrong people, or at the wrong time, or I'm white, or I just don't know. Just not my area of forte. So thank you for challenging that mentality. I would say there's not a whole lot, in my opinion, that we need to coach or evaluate on your ability to speak, or your ability to capture a crowd, or your body language, eye contact, that stuff. A lot of the basics, I personally feel like you've got them down, and I think if you've seen them speak 2 or 3 times, you may agree. A couple little things that I noticed really just in the way your speech was or was not convincing, so I'll talk a little bit about that. I love the, I forget what it's called already, again, I'm white and dumb, but that speaker trick, that was great, very captivating. Whether you know what it was or isn't, it's something that's, it's an illustration, it's a visual, so again, it's captivating no matter how cool or lame or familiar it may be to you. Was the topic well researched? Absolutely. Obviously, you had a few quotes. You made mention of different studies that were made, so it's obvious that you put some research into it. I believe your main points were supported. I actually wrote decent, and I wrote decent because you, in your speech, you said once or twice that math is cool, and math is one of the essential elements of life. But outside of the few pictures you showed, you didn't really give a lot of convincing examples. So for instance, if you were to do this speech again and try to convince a crowd to consider math as an important element to learn or be familiar with, I might recommend trying to use different types of examples that may relate to the crowd. What you showed on the screen were 4 examples of it being apparent in nature. What might be more convincing to somebody that doesn't really care about nature may or may not be an example of how CSI or stuff in, the word I'm looking for is revisiting a crime scene. You know, how they try to interpret what happened, and math plays a big part into that. Or perhaps on the Eiffel Tower or the bridge, or a bridge, any type of bridge, or any kind of business. I mean, math plays into, like you said, it really does play into everything we do every day. But for whatever reason, I believe the speech lacked a very convincing drive to that point. Obviously, you talked about support material. You were clear, very concise, very articulate. You did a very good job on your vocal variety and your body language. You moved in and out. You didn't let the computer control you, even though you did have to lean on what's the only other thing I would challenge you on or encourage you to be aware of is at one point you said you referenced a statistic and then said, I believe it's this. So to me as an audience member, you showed a bit of doubt, or maybe just a lack of confidence in your knowledge or in your material. So other than that, overall, great job. I loved it. Just give me something else more convincing next time.
Thank you, Sean. That was a very thorough evaluation. Well, you got a lot of good material out of that. You could really grow. Yeah. That's ultimately the point of these meetings, I feel, is to grow. So next, I'd like to welcome up Marcos, who will be evaluating math.
I just want to say, first off, everyone's doing a great job tonight. Even though it's kind of a smaller meeting, I feel like it's one of the best meetings so far.